Hi there, this is Cyril, your friend in internet marketing, and today I want to show you Instaviral 2.0, a unique web-based SaaS application that will get you an endless amount of free traffic from social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and image sharing sites like Instagram, MobiPic, ImageShare, and also blogging platforms like WordPress, Blogger, and Tumblr. Instaviral uses the power of viral images to get you this traffic from all these sites. Let's get started and I will show you exactly how Instaviral works and how you can get free traffic to any location you want, whether it's your blog, your website, your Facebook page, any landing page or offer that you're promoting, almost anywhere. So let's get started and see how Instaviral works. All of us have seen quotes images, right? Images which have something motivational or something to say that appeals to you, and we end up sharing that image in our Facebook feed or wherever we are. Now these quotes images are quite powerful and compelling and people share them a lot. What Instaviral does is give you the capability to create these images on 100% autopilot. And then it goes and shares these images on all these places like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, MobiPic, and all the other sites like WordPress, Blogger, and many other sites on 100% autopilot too. So what happens is you set it up once, you feed in a quotes database, you set the images creation a little bit, and then it can work forever on its own, getting you fresh engagement through quotation images posted in all these places, getting you the traffic to your locations and giving you an endless source of traffic. Let us see how this works. So when you go to Instaviral page, you will see a username and password asking you to log in. So let's log in and see the home screen again. So here I have logged in and I'm on the Instaviral homepage. And here you can see all the different options that we have. Image editor to create images manually if you want. Bulk images to generate images automatically on 100% autopilot. Then we've got my images. This is where you will see a list of the images that you've created, and users. So if you are running a team, you can give access to your team members or your VA and they'll be able to do this on your behalf. Then you can see a list of all the different social media accounts or different accounts on different websites that you've added to Instaviral inside My Networks. And we also have extensive training on Instaviral to make things very easy for you. And you can access the training by clicking on help videos, where you will see a number of different videos that will show you exactly how to use Instaviral for maximum performance. And we also have FAQ pages which will show you what things are possible through Instaviral and what's not possible. And finally, PDF training. If you're the kind who loves to read, we've got PDF files for you which you can download or read online. So let's get started with the image editor and see how to create viral images manually through Instaviral. So now we're in Instaviral image editor, and this is a very powerful image editor that's online, so you can work it right inside your browser, nothing to download or install. And this image editor will give you everything you need to create really amazing viral images. Let's see exactly how. So let's start by loading up a background, and we can do that by clicking on the upload background over here. Let's click on that and let's load up a background image. So here's our background and it's loading right now. When it's loaded, it will show up in the little preview box over here. So now it's showing, and you can work on the background if you want. You can change the size of the image if you want. You can change the proportions. You can make it a square or a small square. I'm working on landscape because that is the best proportion if you want to share stuff. And you've got a little toolbar over here which lets you really manipulate stuff and create stuff. So you can have a pencil if you want to draw something. You can select objects and move them around using the select objects button. You can send something backwards and forwards on the Z axis if you got multiple things, multiple objects on the layer. And I will show you that in exactly a minute or so. And you can draw a circle, you can draw a square, you can change the stroke size. If you got text on the image or if you got something else, you can change the stroke size, you can change the stroke color, you can even change the fill color and also the opacity. On the left side, you will see even more options. You can add text, you can add images to this, You can even do image effects and backgrounds. Let me show you exactly how that works. So let's start by adding some text. Let's put in a little quotation. So we've got our quotation over here, and we can then select the color that we want it to be in. We can select whether we want it to be bold, italic, or underlined. So let's start by clicking on insert text and bringing this quotation on our image. And now let's change the color a little bit because I don't think this color is really good. So select the color that you want to work with. Let's maybe go for a little yellowish sort of a color. I think that will look better. So I'm trying to go for that. So here we have this color, and click on apply, and you've got this. You can even change the font. So here you've got the font family that you want to work with. I'm gonna change it to something else. So this actually looks a little nicer. Let's try something else. So you got all these fonts here, a lot of fonts. With a little preview, you got different styles of fonts too. So maybe I will go back to this one. It actually looked pretty good to me. So I've got this little quotation over here. I can modify it whatever I want. I can change it. And this is a perfectly editable little text piece. I can even make it larger or smaller just by dragging on the handles over here. In fact, I can even rotate the text. So if I want to make this text slanted, or if I want to make it vertical, it's all possible right inside Instaviral. But let's keep this straight for the moment. And you can put in multiple pieces of text. So if I want to put in something else, something like my branding, maybe my website name, I can put that in. Again, click on insert text, and I can choose a different font this time, maybe this one, and use a different font size because I don't want to make it so big. I can choose a different color, and I can maybe, if I want to, I can place it probably on the bottom of the image or wherever you want. If I want, I can make it vertical and place it on this side. So it's all possible through Instaviral. In fact, Instaviral comes with a pre-fed database of quotes. So if you want to insert a quote, or if you want to insert a fact, you can use Instaviral's database right over there. So click on insert a quote if you want to insert a quote, and click on insert a fact if you want to insert a fact. And in the resulting screen, just type in any keyword and you will get a number of facts connected to it. For example, I've got some facts connected to dogs, so I can just click on insert and this fact will be inserted on my image. So this is a great way to actually find ideas quickly. You don't need to work hard. You don't need to look for stuff on Google. You can get this stuff right inside Instaviral. You don't have to go anywhere else. Next, we've got add images, and we've got a number of pre-fed image templates that you can put in right then. There are a number of images that you can use in a number of categories. So if I want to put in any of these images, for example, let's say I want to put in this little beautiful pumpkin, I can click on this and click on the screen. It's already here. If I want to remove a pumpkin, I've got too many of them. I can click on the little dustbin icon over there, remove object. And similarly, I can even upload an image from my own hard disk. So I can click on upload and I'll be able to select any image from my hard disk. And if you want to look for images on Pixabay, that's possible too. Click on import from Pixabay and you will be able to select images according to keywords. So again, you can put in all the elements you want, construct an image of composite elements without having to go out of Instaviral. The next feature is image effects, and Instaviral supports a number of pre-available Photoshop quality effects. You can do things like adjust brightness, make the object or the image grayscale, invert it. You can add noise to it. You can pixelate it, make it blurry, and a number of other effects that you can use to add a little touch of spice to your images right inside Instaviral again. And finally, you can select from a number of available backgrounds. So if you didn't start with a background like I did, you can select from the backgrounds that we have available, put in your quotations, put in your composite images, and create a very, very attractive quotes image, or in fact any kind of image with Instaviral. And finally, when you're done, you can either download this image to your computer. Maybe if you want to distribute it through other means, you can download it. Or if you want to syndicate it, if you want to post it to your account, you can click on save and syndicate, and Instaviral will save this image and give you the options that will allow you to syndicate it to different websites. And now the image is ready for sharing. You can put in your title like here's your motivation for the day. Put in a little description if you want. Maybe you can put in your website address, go to mysite.com, and the URL that you want to work with, maybe your website address again, and you can shorten it using one of the shorteners. We've got Google, we've got ZERP, and we've got Marketer. So generate shortened URL. So we got the shortened URL now, and click on either share now if you want to share the image instantly, or schedule for later if you want to schedule it for a later date. Let's click on share now, and the image will be shared. Back to the home page. Now let's check out bulk images. Click on bulk images, and you can feed in a CSV file to Instaviral. The CSV file can have quotations on any topic you want. So if you got a ready-made list of quotations, a text file or a CSV file, you can choose that CSV file and then select the backgrounds that you want the quotation to appear on. So you can select as many backgrounds as you want, put in a little brand name there that you want to publish the images with, like this, and then click on create images. What Instaviral will do is it will create a number of images on autopilot and will schedule this to your social media networks, all on autopilot. So here we have all these images that were created on the fly by the Instaviral's automatic image creation system. And now let's go back to the home page and look at my images. Now this is the place where all your images are listed. I was in fact here for a little while, and you can either view them, or if you want, you can see the history of this image, or you can download it to your computer. If you click on the image, Instaviral will show you sharing options. You can give the image a title, description, a URL if you want, maybe your website, and then you can select the networks that you want to share it on. You can select, for example, on Google Plus, I've got a couple of accounts where I can share it. Similarly on Blogger, and you can, as it's evident, you can have multiple accounts on multiple social networks, multiple websites. So you can share it to all your Facebook pages, to all your WordPress pages, to all your Twitter accounts, all in one go, just by clicking and selecting. So once you selected, then click on share now, and the image will be shared to all of these networks in one instance. Of course, if you want, you can schedule it for later too. Going back to the home page, you will see a recent activity map, a recent activity list, which will show you exactly what image was shared on what account. So you will see a complete list. For example, my first image was shared on WordPress and the link where it was shared. This was shared on Instagram. Monday morning was shared on Twitter. So you will see all the complete list of all the places where each image was shared to, and you can browse through these pages. So this is totally transparent. You know exactly what's happening, and Instaviral keeps track of stuff. You can even search for stuff. So if you want to search for something, you want to search for a particular image or a particular network, you can type in the little keyword, and Instaviral will filter down only to those results. And here you will see a list of your shares. So as you can see, I have shared 27 images on Blogger, 17 on MobiPic, 3 on Tumblr, on Flickr, on Facebook, on WordPress, on Twitter, and all these other places. So that works, and it gives you a complete report of everything. Then finally, in users, if you got a VA, if you got a team, then you can add that team to the user list, and the team members will be able to access your account without, of course, you having to give them your password, and they'll be able to post the images on your behalf. So if you're running a team, if you got a VA, then you can give your VA the user access, and that's of course available only for the pro users who have the agency license, who have the license to give the VA the access. So this is another feature supported by Instaviral, and we have extensive training. As I told you, click on help training and you will get access to all the training that you need to use Instaviral effectively. You can add accounts to any social media network, or you can add any social media account very easily. Let me show you how. By clicking on my networks, you will get to see a list of the networks that Instaviral supports, and I'm telling you this now, this is the biggest list ever on any similar platform. We've got a huge number of social media platforms and image sharing platforms that we support. So to add any account from any of these platforms, just click on the social media network name, and then click on then fill in the various information points that this software asks you, that this dialog asks you, and we will be able to then post in your account once you've given us the information that we need. So for example, for Facebook, we need your account name, app ID, and app secret, and we'll be able to post to Facebook based on based as your Facebook app. So similarly, you can work with all of these accounts, all of these websites, and post successfully to them. So this concludes our demo of Instaviral. It's a huge software. It's a very, very powerful software. And even in such a long demo, I haven't been able to show you all the power, all the potential that it has. But what I've shown you should be enough to give you an idea of how much potential Instaviral has and how much traffic it can drive to you successfully from all the different places on the internet, without you having to be a slave of your computer clicking buttons all day. So this is Instaviral, and I hope you'll use it to make your marketing more powerful and to get the endless amount of traffic forever.